Hey guys, wanted to bring you another video of tonight's recap on Friday, 10/31 Halloween, and some of the games were pretty interesting. Some of them that I wanted to touch base was definitely Chicago and Cleveland that went to overtime, and that was a thriller. Actually, I thought Cleveland was going to be down and out, and that was surprising actually. Chicago looked like they were in control and everything. But let down and everything at one point. So, just really surprised in that sense that Chicago was able to come back that fourth and take over to be able to send it overtime and everything. Just looks like Kevin Love is okay from that sprained ankle. Supposed to make it to that trip from Minnesota, so that should be interesting. Derrick Rose is still looking strong and good from his comeback, and Pau Gasol's looking like he's adjusting to his team still, but 33% shooting. Surpriser, the Phoenix Suns and Spurs. Phoenix won, making them 2-0, but at home. So they're still a young team. Let's see how they do when they're away. That's the interesting thing. Can you do it when you're away? I actually have 3 fantasy basketball teams for our company, and one of them, a couple of people helped me manage them. 2, Kawhi Leonard is on one of my teams, and he actually came back, which was really surprising. So we didn't know he was actually going to be playing. We were expecting him out for at least a week. So it was Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Boris Diaw, the only ones that scored in double digits. Ginobili didn't do much, 0 for 5, 2 points. Wow. Phoenix Suns, all around scoring, unbelievable. 6 players in double digits. That's really tough to stop. Isaiah Thomas looking strong still, as a great signing for them. So that's a great thing for them. The last game, actually, I wanted to talk about the Clippers and the Lakers. Watching them, actually, I thought the Clippers were going to blow out the Lakers, to be honest. But actually, it was closer than expected. By the fourth quarter, Clippers were down, and the third quarter was the biggest thing that was the difference. Clippers were outscored 34-24. So that's a big difference right there. That's 10 points. But then the fourth quarter, Clippers came back and actually outscored them back to 11. So Kobe struggled down the stretch. Blake Griffin had a really great, strong game. You had also another great performance by Jamal Crawford, J.J. Redick, Chris Paul, a double-double, DeAndre Jordan, a double-double. Great all-around game there. I thought they almost seemed like they play down to their opponent. They played down on their opponent yesterday. Same thing against to the Thunder when Westbrook was down and out. You, as a competitor, when you're playing sports, you don't want to play down your opponent. You want to, as a professional, on any given day, your opponent could take you out. And especially if you use that underdog mentality, they're going to use that against you. Like, oh, it's us against the world. And they're going to try their best to beat you. And that's the same thing like you see with Cleveland lately, these last 2 games. Everybody's going to gun you down because you're expected a lot, and there's a lot of expectations, and they're going to give you the best possible game they can. Same thing with the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs are the same thing. They're going to go after the champs. They want to dethrone the champs and make a name out of themselves. So for the Clippers, if they want to be any aspirations of winning a championship, you gotta beat the teams you're supposed to beat. You can't take it easy against the Thunder or the Lakers when their stars are hurting. They're struggling. So that's kind of disappointing for the Clippers in that sense, where now it's going to be interesting when they start playing those playoff teams from like the stronger teams right now that's playing really well. So I'm really interested when that's going to happen. A team like the Golden State Warriors, that's another rivalry team that the Clippers will probably play a lot better, I feel like, because they're going to be bringing their A game. So that's one thing I could see the Clippers need to do. And Steve Ballmer is not going to be satisfied if you're playing down on your opponent. You want, especially as a company like Microsoft, they're a cutthroat company where they're going to try to take out their competition as badly as they can. So that's why they don't allow any Apple products there. So that's the thing you gotta look at, Clippers competition. You gotta be really up there if you want to be the top guy, top team. So Kobe struggled really bad down the stretch. I believe he was like 1 for 7 shooting down the stretch. It might be his legs, his conditioning's not there. But another solid game for Ed Davis. Really impressed what he's doing coming off the bench for that team. Another inconsistent start by Carlos Boozer. Might be interested, are they going to want to start Ed Davis over Carlos Boozer and have Boozer come off the bench? That's another thing, because Ed Davis is shooting 5 for 6 and Boozer is shooting 3 for 9. So go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment and send the questions to me. And to help support this channel, please subscribe. Until next time, thanks.